Let's be honest. A lot of people right now are feeling like no matter how hard they work, they just can't seem to get ahead. Bills keep creeping up, rent is insane, and buying a home feels like a fantasy. If that's how you've been feeling lately, I want you to stick around because the truth is, it's not your imagination. The math is no longer working, and if you really want to protect your future, doubling your salary needs to be your focus in 2026. Let me show you why. When you look at the numbers, it's wild how out of sync they become. I came across a chart recently showing how much money you actually need to make in order to afford a typical single-family home in every US state, and it's brutal. In places like Hawaii, you'll need to earn almost $250,000 a year. In California, you'll also need to break the $200,000 a year mark to comfortably afford the average house. Even in states you expect to be cheap, like Texas or South Carolina, you still need to make over six figures to afford a piece of the American dream. However, if we compare what you need to make with what people are actually earning in each state, we get a much more sobering picture. The median salary in the vast majority of the country still hovers between $50,000 and $70,000 per year. And only one state, Washington, D.C., which is technically not even a state, has a median income of over $100,000 a year. This means in the places that we mentioned before like Hawaii, California, and Texas, you would have to earn an additional $50,000 to $170,000 per year before you can afford a house. Experts refer to this state of affairs as the affordability gap, and it explains why so many hardworking people are stuck renting or living paycheck to paycheck. It's not that you're necessarily doing anything wrong, it's that the cost of normal life has exceeded far beyond what an honest day's work can support. Here's the thing, it's not just housing. Since the pandemic, everything has gotten more expensive, with little to no relief in sight. Inflation overall has increased by a whopping 25% since 2020. USDA data shows food costs have jumped over 23%, and housing costs have risen by a staggering 56%. That means even if you're earning roughly the same amount you were before COVID, your money now buys roughly 1/4 less than it did just a few years ago. So when people say they feel poor, they're absolutely right. You're working harder than ever, but the dollar you're earning today simply doesn't stretch like it used to. So what does all of this mean for the average earner? There was a point in time where $50,000 a year could provide a decent life. You could pay rent, cover bills, save a little, maybe take a vacation. But today, that same income barely covers the basics. In many US cities, even a one-bedroom apartment can take up half of that salary. Add in transportation, food, healthcare, and taxes, and there's nothing left. And the tragic part is, it's only going to get worse. We're already on track to a nearly 3% rise in inflation by the end of the year. And even though housing prices have cooled somewhat, the days where you can get a home that you'd be proud of for less than $300,000 are pretty much over. Now, I want to introduce an important concept of creating what I call surplus income. What most people get wrong is that they focus all of their energy on budgeting, cutting costs, skipping lattes, clipping coupons, and sure, that helps for a while, but there's a hard limit to how much you can save. You can't penny pinch your way to wealth. At some point, you need to accept that your real issue is that you're simply not making enough money. That's where surplus income comes into play. It means reshifting your habits so that you are now in a constant state of earning far above what it costs you to live. Instead of just covering the basics, you're now earning money in a way that allows you to build a real safety net, investments, and actual freedom for yourself and your family. The biggest advantage of having surplus income is that you're not constantly stressing every price hike or emergency bill. Instead, you're able to handle life's unexpected events with confidence. So rather than obsessing over every expense, make 2026 the year you focus on scaling your earning power. That might mean pivoting to a new field, getting certified, or exclusively targeting high-paying, fully remote roles that allow you to live in an affordable state while earning big city money. For example, in the cloud industry, there are plenty of positions that pay well above what's needed to afford a home in most states. Cloud engineers, for instance, with as little as 2 years of experience, can easily make anywhere from $100,000 to $120,000 per year. This will allow you to comfortably afford a home in about 2/3 of the country. On the other hand, If you're able to snag a more senior job title, like cloud architect, even if you're located in the more expensive states, you can absolutely expect to still make ends meet without sacrificing quality of life. A salary north of $200,000 a year is very realistic for folks in this position, and the good news is that you can get there without sacrificing years chasing college degrees or wasting thousands of dollars on certifications and boot camps. The road from barely keeping up on an average salary to living a stress-free, financially rewarding life is far shorter than you think. If you found this information valuable, make sure you take a moment to subscribe to our free newsletter, where you'll get exclusive access to our latest content to help you on your cloud career journey. Just click on the link in the description to sign up. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.